Hey guys, welcome back to some more Battlefield 6 news and leaks. It's not as much as usual this time, but still a few interesting bits here and there. And we're gonna start with a leak that I would advise you to take with a pinch of salt, but let's talk about it first. So there was a leak about a supposed reveal of the game in late July or early August. And this leak comes from a Google Docs document that was made by a charity called Stack Up, which is bringing military veterans together to promote their mental health through gaming and through video games. And according to the leak, this charity brings people to Los Angeles for a reveal of the new Battlefield game in late July or early August. Now, unfortunately, I cannot show you this leak anymore because it was already removed from Reddit. So take this with a pinch of salt. It was really only a screenshot of this Google Doc. There was no link, nothing. This could be completely made up by someone just to, hype up the community for maybe a reveal, because every one of us, I think, is waiting for this game to be officially revealed at some point. There have been leaks before that also pointed at late July or early August, but these have been debunked by data miners already. So I'm not sure if this is also another leak that only builds up on these former ones and that is actually just completely made from thin air. But I just wanted to mention it here as well, so just in case you stumble upon this somewhere, I don't know, it was removed from Reddit, but maybe it's still somewhere out there. If you see it, maybe it's true, maybe it's not, we never know. I'm still thinking that a reveal will happen at some point in the next few weeks, because it's about time if they want to release this game this year, but we never know. Maybe they also reveal it during Gamescom, which is actually still my guess, because I think it would be perfect, especially in the situation that Battlefield is in right now, with a lot of people that have lost interest in the franchise with 2042. I think it would be perfect to reveal this game as part of a bigger show like Gamescom, for example. So a lot of people that had already turned their back on Battlefield will now see that there is a new Battlefield coming and they will get a first impression of it. So I think this would actually be the perfect event for this. Anyways, what I had also mentioned in a former video, and I only mention this again because it's connected to this somehow, is the data miners have found the term Battlefield 6 open beta in the game files of Battlefield Labs. So it seems like EA is preparing for an open beta already, so maybe everything reveal and open beta is not too far away. What I could actually imagine is that we could see the reveal and then they instantly drop the open beta right on this day, so that we get a reveal trailer and then at the end of it they're saying play Battlefield 6 or however the game will be called right now, download it right now in open beta. I think something like this would actually be pretty cool, because that would not only present the game to people, but they could also get into it right away and play it for themselves. I think this, just from a marketing point of view, I think this would be the perfect way to do this, but that's just how I would do it as someone who worked in marketing for 5 years. Now, moving on, you all know that we got the class system part 2 blog post from the official Battlefield account. I think it was on Friday, if I remember correctly. I made a video about this, so if you haven't seen this yet, be sure to check out the link in the info box, because I'm not going over this again. But to sum it up real quick, there were not too many changes made. They did not lock the weapons or anything. They did not make significant changes to the class system. And they basically only went over how the new class system works with signature weapons, traits, and so on. And there was a bit of an outrage from the community based on this post, and the community feels like they're actually not heard. And Total FPS, the global community manager for Battlefield, reacted to this, and I'm just gonna read it out. I can also show it right here because this is not a leak. And he says, I just wanted to jump in here and state that the team is actively reading. I will be around to try and respond to things as much as we can with the things that we have covered here. So he's referring to this class system part 2 post. I just want to reiterate though that this is Battlefield Labs and is a collaborative measure between development and community, where we strike the balance of feedback, data, data and experience, but also the design intention of systems and the future of Battlefield 2. Things are never truly final until we say they are, and constructive discourse is always encouraged. I hope that some of the things written in this recent community update resonate well with you, and if it doesn't, then that is also fair too. Thanks for your patience and so on. So I think what's most important here is that he writes, things are never truly final until we say they are. But to be honest, when reading this post with the class system part 2, it did actually sound like this is their final design decision, because they're really defending it and really trying to sell it to players that this is a good thing and that this will work perfectly and that they will probably not change too many things about it except for some balancing. As a reaction to this, to the post and also to what Kevin Johnson has wrote, the community, at least the ones on Reddit, have now started their own community survey, which is made for the Battlefield developers or the studios from the Battlefield community. And I'm gonna post a link to this in the description below, so you can take this survey as well if you want to. And it's basically just going over a few questions like which weapon system would you prefer, which class do you prefer to play, what do you prefer to play on PC, and if you prefer to play with controller and mouse and keyboard, if you prefer larger or smaller maps, and so on, what's your play style, which modes you prefer, if you're more of an infantry or vehicle player, and so on. I think it's some interesting questions, and it's a pretty fast survey, so it should take you less than 5 minutes to complete it. And I hope that whoever made this survey will come up with the results in a week or maybe 2 weeks from now. And I think this could be really interesting to see what the community, or at least the people taking the survey, actually want from the Battlefield game, and if this fits with what we're supposedly getting with Battlefield 6, or if the community wants a different direction. So I think this is pretty interesting, because sometimes you never know if the people who are commenting, especially on Reddit or maybe also on Twitter, are just a minority, but they're very loud and very vocal about their opinion, and maybe there's a big majority that is just pretty quiet, or if what the comments reflect is actually the majority of the community. So this will be interesting to see, and I think that a survey will actually reflect this a lot better than just the comment section on Reddit or on YouTube or also on Twitter. And then lastly, one thing I wanted to address, because maybe some of you were wondering this as well, or they heard about this. There have been rumors that Battlefield 4, or at least the community servers of Battlefield 4, are about to shut down on console, because there were people saying that recently they were unable to rent servers, at least on PlayStation, for Battlefield 4, and that they could also not renew their servers that they had already rented, and that it looks like this is a plan from EA to silently shut down the community servers on Battlefield 4 on consoles. But to this, the global community manager Kevin Johnson also reacted and said that they are investigating the cause of this issue, and to confirm there is no current plan to shut down Battlefield 4 on PlayStation, and if there were, it would be done in a clear and concise manner with enough of a heads up. So the day will come when the servers for Battlefield 4 will be shut down, but I'm also thinking that we will get a heads up of this several months ago, if not a year or even longer, before they actually shut it down. But unfortunately, I think they will come that these servers will be shut down. But luckily, it's not right now, and this is just apparently some technical issue or whatever is going wrong there. I will keep you updated if there is an update to this. And yeah, that was it for today. Tell me what you think about all of this in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. And I'm gonna see you in the next one. I'm Catwoman, and you are awesome.